Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's debate on capitalism, where we'll explore its merits and shortcomings. We have two insightful speakers who will share their perspectives. Our proponent, Alex, will begin with a constructive speech making a case for capitalism, detailing how it drives innovation, economic growth, and provides opportunities for individual success. Following Alex, our opponent, Jordan, will present a speech that offers a critique of capitalism, addressing concerns such as income inequality, exploitation, and potential environmental impact. Each speaker will present their arguments without a time constraint, allowing them to delve deep into their points. Let's look forward to a thought-provoking exchange of ideas. Alex, the floor is yours to make the case for capitalism.
Thank you for the introduction. I stand before you today to advocate for capitalism, an economic system that has proved to be the most effective in human history for creating wealth, fostering innovation, and uplifting the lives of countless individuals. At the heart of capitalism lies the freedom of individuals to engage in economic activities that leverage their unique skills and desires, creating a dynamic marketplace where supply meets demand, and value is exchanged in a way that benefits both consumers and producers. Innovation thrives within capitalist societies by incentivizing individuals and businesses to seek better solutions and technologies to serve consumer needs. The fierce but fair competition that capitalism engenders ensures that resources are allocated efficiently and that those who innovate stand to gain from their efforts. This incentivizes a continuous drive toward excellence. Moreover, capitalism has lifted millions out of poverty. By facilitating economic growth, individuals have been empowered to climb the socioeconomic ladder through hard work and ingenuity, creating wealth not only for themselves, but for society at large. It is the market mechanism provided by capitalism that allows for these individual success stories to emerge, free from the constraints of overbearing state control that often stifles human potential. Granted, the system isn't perfect and faces criticism, especially when it comes to issues of inequality. However, it is important to address these concerns not by abandoning capitalism, but by improving it through smart regulations and policies that harness its strengths and mitigate its weaknesses. In this way, we can continue to reap the benefits of the system while ensuring it works more equitably for everyone involved. Thank you.
While my colleague Alex has painted a rather optimistic picture of capitalism, I urge you to look beyond the surface of these supposed benefits. Capitalism, by its very nature, is a system rooted in the accumulation and concentration of wealth and power, which inevitably leads to significant socio-economic inequalities. It is a system where profit often takes precedence over the well-being of individuals, communities, and the planet. It's clear that income inequality has skyrocketed under capitalism, with a tiny percentage of the population holding a vast majority of the wealth, while a significant number of people languish in poverty or struggle to make ends meet. This disparity is not just a byproduct, but a feature of a system that values capital over labor and profit over people. The pursuit of profits has also led to the exploitation of workers, as companies continually seek to minimize costs, often at the expense of fair wages, safe working conditions, and job security. Furthermore, the environmental impact of capitalism cannot be ignored. In the relentless chase for economic growth, our ecosystem has been severely compromised. From resource depletion to pollution and climate change, the capitalist system encourages a form of development that is unsustainable in the long run, putting future generations at risk. While it's true that capitalism has brought about certain advancements, these have come with great costs, and it's time we question whether this system truly serves the greater good, or if it simply perpetuates a cycle of wealth and power for a select few at the expense of many. It is on these grounds that I stand opposed to capitalism and call for a greater focus on equitable and sustainable economic practices.
Thank you, Alex and Jordan, for your compelling presentations on the facets of capitalism. We now enter the cross-examination round, a pivotal phase of today's debate. This is where both speakers have the opportunity to challenge each other's arguments directly, asking pointed questions to clarify and critique the positions just presented. Jordan, having laid out your concerns regarding capitalism, you will go first in this round. Please prepare your questions for Alex, and we will proceed with the aim of deepening our understanding of the issues at hand. This is also an invaluable chance for the audience to see how each speaker defends their stance under scrutiny. Let's maintain a respectful and constructive dialogue as we begin this interactive segment. Jordan, when you're ready, you may initiate the cross-examination of Alex's pro-capitalism stance.
I would like to ask the proponent a fundamental question that touches on the ethical considerations of capitalism. Assuming that innovation and economic growth are indeed byproducts of capitalist systems, how do you reconcile the reality that such growth often comes at a cost to underprivileged communities and the environment? In a world where the wealthiest continue to accumulate riches while others struggle to access basic necessities, and where our natural resources are eroded for profit, is it morally defensible to continue promoting a system that seems to inherently prioritize wealth creation over social and environmental responsibility?
Thank you for that critical question. It is a common misconception that capitalism is intrinsically unethical or that it disregards the plights of underprivileged communities and the environment. However, ethical practices and environmental sustainability are not at odds with capitalist principles. Indeed, it is through the freedoms and mechanisms of the capitalist system that we can address these concerns more effectively than any other economic system. First, ethical considerations and corporate social responsibility are increasingly becoming fundamental components of business strategies. Consumers value ethical practices, and in response, companies are being held to higher standards. This shift illustrates the adaptability of capitalism to societal values. It is within a capitalist framework that consumers can influence business practices by choosing where to spend their money, effectively voting for social and environmental responsibility with their wallets. As for environmental concerns, capitalism is the key driver for the development of green technologies and sustainability initiatives. The same profit motive that drove industrialization can drive innovation towards sustainability, as there is a growing market for clean technologies and environmentally friendly products. Moreover, property rights, a central component of capitalism, encourage owners to maintain and improve their assets, which includes conserving the environment. Better economic standards also empower societies to afford and value cleaner practices. Lastly, while wealth inequality is indeed a challenge, it does not negate the moral standing of capitalism. Wealth creation in a capitalist society allows for philanthropy, social entrepreneurship, and investment in solutions to social problems. The moral case for capitalism lies in its unmatched potential for raising overall living standards and providing pathways out of poverty. The solution to the issues raised isn't less capitalism, but more, in the form of inclusive growth, accessible education, and opportunities that enable people to capitalize on the wealth created within capitalist societies. We should work towards refining and improving capitalism, not discarding it. It's not a zero-sum game, and with the right policies, we can simultaneously grow the economy and address the ethical, social, and environmental challenges of our time.
With the perspectives laid out and the cross-examination from Jordan completed, we now invite our proponent Alex to present their question to Jordan. Alex, this is your opportunity to delve into the criticisms offered against capitalism and to engage in a constructive challenge regarding the alternative economic systems that might address the issues you have both raised. Please pose your question when you are ready.
I appreciate your concerns, Jordan, regarding the potential negative impacts of capitalism. My question to you is, if not capitalism, which economic system do you propose as an alternative that can realistically maintain the level of innovation, economic growth, and individual freedoms that has led to the overall rise in living standards we witness today? Furthermore, how would your suggested system ensure that it doesn't fall into the pitfalls of stifling individual initiative or creating an environment where shortages and inefficiencies become prevalent, as they have been observed in non-capitalist economies?
The heart of my critique isn't about simply swapping out capitalism for a prepackaged alternative, but rethinking and restructuring our current economic frameworks to prioritize people and planet alongside profit. What we are advocating for is a more equitable and sustainable system. call it eco-socialism, social democracy, or a new iteration of a mixed economy, where the excesses of capitalism are tempered by social policies, environmental considerations, and a strong ethical compass. In this reimagined economy, innovation would still be a cornerstone, but it would be directed towards serving the common good rather than simply increasing shareholder value. This includes investing in public research and nurturing collaborations between the private sector and government to develop sustainable technologies and socially beneficial services. Economic growth, in turn, would be measured not solely by GDP, but by improvements in quality of life, environmental health, and social well-being. The redistribution of wealth through progressive taxation, universal basic services, and cooperatives can provide a safety net for all citizens and ensure that economic growth benefits everyone, not just the elite few. Individual freedoms are critical, but so is the collective welfare. Aligning individual incentives with societal benefits can lead to greater satisfaction and a healthier society. The pitfalls of inefficiency and shortages, often cited in non-capitalist economies, can be attributed to poor implementation rather than flawed ideology. Learning from past mistakes, a well-designed system with checks and balances can both empower individual initiative and meet the community's needs. The implication that non-capitalist economies necessarily suppress initiative or lead to inefficiency is a false dichotomy. An economic system that respects the dignity of work, protects the environment, and ensures fair distribution of resources is not only possible, but urgently needed. It's about finding the right balance between the market and the state, between community and individual, between generating wealth and ensuring that wealth serves the good of all.
We have reached the final round of today's engaging debate on capitalism. In these closing arguments, each speaker will succinctly summarize their position and address any remaining points to reinforce their stance. This is a crucial segment where speakers consolidate their arguments and leave a lasting impression on the audience. Jordan, as the opponent to capitalism, you will commence this round. Please provide your closing argument, encapsulating the core of your critique and suggesting a vision for a more equitable and sustainable economic future. Afterward, Alex will conclude with a final defense of capitalism. Let's proceed with clarity and focus as we draw this debate to a close. Jordan, you have the floor.
Thank you for this opportunity to provide my closing argument against capitalism, a system which I have argued exacerbates socioeconomic disparities, exploits workers and the environment, and prioritizes profit at the expense of the collective well-being. While capitalism may have led to technological innovation and economic growth, it has done so unevenly and often unjustly, concentrating wealth in the hands of the few and leaving many to suffer the consequences of an unequal distribution of resources. The reality is that a system where a mere 1% of the population controls a disproportionate share of the wealth is fundamentally flawed and unsustainable. What we need is a paradigm shift towards an economic construct that values human dignity and the environment as much as it does its balance sheets. Our goal must be to create a society where everyone has access to the basic necessities of life, where work is fairly rewarded, and where we steward our environment for future generations, not exploit it for immediate gain. I advocate for a mixed economy that combines the best elements of various economic systems. A more regulated and socially responsible marketplace, greater investment in public goods, and environmental sustainability should be the pillars of this new system. The government should play an active role in redistributing wealth more equitably and protecting the rights of workers and the environment. In conclusion, it isn't about dismantling all aspects of capitalism, but rather about evolving it into a system where wealth creation does not lead to wealth concentration, where markets operate within ethical and sustainable boundaries, and where economic activities serve the broader interests of society. This is not merely an economic imperative, but a moral one, to ensure a just, equitable, and sustainable future for all.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we conclude today's debate, I want to reaffirm the case for capitalism as an unparalleled force for human progress. My defense of capitalism is rooted in its proven track record for spurring innovation, providing opportunities for personal advancement, and its flexibility to adapt and improve in response to societal needs. The essence of capitalism is the freedom it grants individuals to pursue their visions of success. It is a system that rewards merit, hard work, and innovation. Across centuries, the wealth and advancements we enjoy today are largely a result of this system. It is under capitalism that we see a person's idea, no matter how small, become something that can change the world, create jobs, and improve lives. My opponent proposes alternatives, but does not offer a compelling model that guarantees the same level of prosperity and freedom as capitalism. While critiques of the system are valid, they highlight not the failure of capitalism itself, but rather the need for wise governance to address its excesses and ensure that its fruits are more evenly shared. Moving forward, the focus should be on refining capitalism, not replacing it. Smart regulations that promote fairness, social safety nets, and environmental protections can all exist within a capitalist framework. We must continue to foster a culture of corporate responsibility and encourage sustainable practices through innovation and consumer choice. Capitalism is not static, it has evolved, and it must keep evolving. The flexibility inherent in capitalism allows it to be shaped to better fit our changing values and to overcome the challenges we face. The key is to embrace its potential for good while vigilantly mitigating its downsides. In summary, the vision for the future should not be to abolish the market's invisible hand, but to guide it with a visible heart of informed policies and ethical practices. I stand for a capitalism that grows, learns, and serves humanity, continuing to unlock the ingenuity and ambition that lie at the heart of human progress. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex and Jordan, for your insightful and thought-provoking arguments. And a special thank you to our audience for tuning into this lively debate on the nuances of capitalism. As we wrap up, it is crucial to remind everyone that the discussion you witnessed today was entirely AI-generated. The viewpoints presented by our debaters do not represent the views of this channel, but are a simulation designed to explore various perspectives on the topic. We hope this debate has provided you with food for thought and a better understanding of the different dimensions of capitalism. Please feel free to drop a comment sharing your insights or any questions you might have. Your engagement helps us create more content like this. If you enjoyed the debate, please give us a like and don't hesitate to subscribe for more stimulating debates and discussions. Once again, thank you for your attention and participation. Stay informed and curious.